There he is. Let's go. Hurry up in the trees. I guess we can go down this side, I guess. Hey, what, man? It's hotter than a popcorn fart on the 4th of July out here, dude. The sun's kicking. I'm gonna go over there in the shade. We'll see. Oh, fish on. Fish on. Let's go. Okay, maybe we'll stay over here. Let's go. Dead sticking it. Let's go. It is warm. Nice news. Must be good luck, my man. Have to come back in every live. Let's go. Small one, but healthy. All right. I don't know if that was too soon. Or not. Catch a bass too soon, that's bad luck. Especially on the first cast. I don't know if that was first cast or not, but so anyway. One of these times I have to fish with the banana in my kayak and see if that makes a difference. Maybe I could look into all the superstitions and we try to debunk them. Let's see. Oh man, I think that stuck back up in there. I think it might have been a fish. Look at that, I grabbed a darn tree branch. What do you catch? I just caught a bass. The first cast curse, you ain't right. A 20-pound bass. Oh, I wish. I have to go to California, South Texas, or catch one of those, or down in Mexico. Out of Mexico, catch one that big. All right. Well, that breeze feels nice. This guy over here's got so many, he's got so much water in his John Doe, he'd probably catch a bass out of it. That's crazy. Or a leaf or something. Minnesota. Is it the land of 10,000 lakes? Isn't that what they call it up there? Land of 10,000 lakes? I feel like Florida, man, they have a ton of lakes down there too. Sit back, get comfortable. Take my boots off and stay a while. I felt like a bump. Must have been a little bitty fish. This lake has some nice bass in it. It's not, you know, it's not easily accessible, so I think you don't get pressured a whole heck of a lot. So, a lot of houses on the water, but it's hard to access it with anything but a kayak. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Shade feels good. Ooh, that was a fish. Let's go. Fish on. It's a well, you're not missing much. That was a sardine if I ever saw one. That was a sardine of a bass. It's probably best to let it get off. Oh, another fish. Back-to-back cast. Let's go. This is a little bit bigger than the last one that jumped off a minute ago. But okay. Get this one back in the water. So let me get him off here. There we go. Number 2. There, buddy. Make sure my rod's not getting stuck in the tree. This shaky head worm might be the ticket today. It was last time I was out here. The last video I made out here, they weren't touching the topwater frog for some some reason, but we'll probably pick that back up later on this evening. Ouch. This elastic stuff is great for durability, but man, once it gets bunched up on your darn hook here, it's hard to get it back off. Gosh darn it. Huh. There we go. Okay. Now we're cooking with oil. Let's go. Maybe some crappie too. Oh, yeah, I'm fishing for bass. Did you catch any trout? No, it's too warm around here for trout. I could maybe, no, they're not hybrids. They're a northern strain largemouth bass. So the only hybrids you find around here are the white bass, striped bass, but not in this water though. But there are bowfin in this water and gar, and some drum in this water as well. But if I wanted to catch trout, I'd have to go down to the river, up to the spring, and fish around that. But I usually do trout fishing in the winter time. So if you want to see some trout fishing, go on my channel, check out my trout playlist, and look at all that. Look at all those videos, those lives. I've been contemplating going down to Georgia for a little bass trip. Gotta plan it out though, I guess, and get some funds together. We'll go down there and catch different species. A lot of wood over here, I guess, from the last storm. Run my phone into this tree branch here. Not a fish. There we go. That little trick doesn't always work. Works sometimes though to pop the line and get your lure off. Doesn't always work, but it works sometimes. 80% of the time, it works all the time. Or how's that go? 60% of the time, it works every time. There's a big old tree across the water here, and caught a couple nice bass over there last time. But maybe we'll fish around that later on with the frog. That ought to be a blast. Gonna cut my own tail here. Starting this weekend, I'll be going down to the river to search out some spotted bass and smallmouth. It's going to be heating back up, so going down there to the cool creeks. See, I can't catch my PB spotted bass. Well, that might have been a fish. I think my PB is like 3 pounds. It's pretty big for a spotted bass. At least for a Kentucky spot anyway. Yeah, I caught a bass. It was about... Oh, I have not fished in a kayak tournament yet, but there is one held down the Ozarks that that I should have gone to already. But so if I fished one, I'd probably go down to the Ozarks and fish that big tournament down there. But I don't like the thought of paying an entry fee, so maybe one day. I thought wrap my worm around a squirrel tree. See one of them tree rats. uh, it wasn't too bad. I used my motor to get up as far as I could, and then I didn't want to, but I left my kayak behind, and I walked up the rest of the creek a little ways around the bend. But it wasn't that bad. I mean, I think next video I go to that creek, I'm probably just gonna leave my kayak at home and then walk into the creek and then walk up the creek as far as I can go. See what happens anyway. That's gonna be on a hot day. I think that creek's pretty cool. Maybe we can catch the spotted bass on the beds willing to bite. You know, they were actively spawning when I saw them last. So. I honked at a goose. Oh. Oh, that's funny. I mean, black jeans were a bad choice today. It'll be too much longer be wearing nothing but shorts. Oh, nice. You're getting a heavy action rod, I guess, huh? Okay. Yeah, I need to get some sun on these pale legs to go along with my arms. I'm gonna mess around, wait too long, be 90 degrees outside and be burning up. Burning these legs up. What line do you run? Okay. Yeah, I use medium and heavy rods to throw my 6-inch swim baits. So on my on this setup, I'm throwing a 10-pound Daiwa X4 braid, and then I got some Daiwa Samurai fluorocarbon on the leader. £30-pound braid, but it's a little. Yeah, 30 pounds is a lot. If I'm throwing braid, it's either 10 or 15 pound on my spinning reel, or I don't use heavy braid very often. I don't like fishing in heavy grass or nothing, but unless I have to. But I will run a like a 50-65 pound leader of braid if I'm trying to catch snakehead or something, because they have teeth and stuff, so they don't bite through my line. But they got such small mouths anyway, snakeheads, that I don't think they really ever get down to the line. But they have like mouths like a bowfin. They're not very big. These ducks are about to fly off this dock here in a second. I don't know if they'll fly or jump in the water, but oh, he got a bum leg. twig over here in the shade. Get out in the sun for a while. Fish on. This looks like a good fish. I think it's a big old bass. Stay buttoned, girl. Stay buttoned. She's coming up. She's gonna jump. Here she comes. Oh. I think it's a bass. We're about to see here in a second. Oh yeah, nice bass. Oh, nice jump. Put slack on my line, but we got a hook in her good, so come here, girl. Let me show you off to the camera. Let me show everybody what you look like. Come here now. There we go. Open up that mouth. Let's go. All right. That's a nice bass. That's healthy. She healthy, boys. Right up in the upper lip. She was not coming off. All right. It's probably 3 pounds. That's nice. That's a nice bass. All right, let's go. Couple good shots over here. It's a beautiful bass. All right, let's get her back in the water. It's a nice bass for sure. Thanks for fighting. All right, let's go. Brazil, let's go. All right, that was a good fish. On the old shaky head worm. That's what we got going today. It's a bunch of brush all right here. You guys can see behind me. Just skipped it right up there under that little bush. She latched on, so took me for a ride. Oh yeah, there's there'll be no jet skis on this water. More than likely, I'll be the only boat on the water today. There goes my paddle. It's also Tuesday too, so I mean, I feel like it'd be hard pressed having a jet skier on a Tuesday. Yeah, this place is. It's pretty. I mean, like I said, it's hard to access this place unless you live on the water. So. Get out of the tree. There we go. A little sauce on here. Sauce it up. I don't hear. Oh, yes, sir, Justin. Let's get this. Turn around, bright eyes. Nothing there. Somewhere around here is where I caught that one bass that I had a. If you guys seen one of my last videos, where I had to. It jumped up way out of the water on my short, and then I had to stand up in the kayak to get it off the lawn. I think it was right here. Well, it feels a lot better in the shade than it does over there in the sun. Got one a little bit. Stuck in a hole. Storm. There we go. I meant to look into that because I think there is a button. There's something on my camera that I saw was talking about live stream or something, but smallmouths are spawning. Drag that worm. Oh, there's no smallmouth in this water. Yeah, there. This bottom's also mud too. So, but I'll keep that in mind for the river. I'll be down there probably this weekend fishing for. I don't know if I'll go down far enough. Maybe Sunday or something, but unfortunately the section of the river closest to me has been overtaken by spotted bass. So I gotta travel farther to have a good chance at a smallmouth. But there's a lot of rock down that river, so. But I don't use a shaky headed worm down there. I use a hellgrammite. Matter of fact, I can show you what I use here in a second. Down there on the river, even know what a hellgrammite is. A hellgrammite is just like almost like a centipede looking thing. It has pinchers on it and stuff, and it's just the larvae form of a dobson fly, and you can find them all over the country, but that's my favorite lure to use in the river. So I'll show you that. Actually, I'll show you right now. I have a chance. You didn't catch any fish? Not yet. Or I may did earlier, but Ernesto, what's up, buddy? Only works in early spring. Well, I don't know. All I know is what I like to use for smallmouth. So, but this is what I use for the river. This hellgrammite looking thing. So I'll show you one without a hook in it. Here we go. This is my favorite color. Obsidian. You see, it got them pinchers up there, all them legs or whatever. It's a good imitation of a hellgrammite. And this brand is made out of elastomer, so they're super stretchy. So as long as you don't lose them, catch a bunch of fish on them. I keep this whole container is full of them. This is the brand name Nico, but this is my river box. I got a multitude of colors in here, and the jig heads I like to use on them in that box. That's my river box. I brought it with me in case I lose my worm today. Matter of fact, I caught a 5-pounder on that little hellgrammite at this lake last summer. Hey, what's up? I'm throwing a shaky head worm. Hey, what's up, Jason? Today I'm in Illinois. I'll be in Missouri this weekend. And I am contemplating going down to Georgia. They got like 10 species I want to catch down there in like a 10-11 day time period. This is what I'm using though. I'm throwing a Z-Man shaky head worm. This is the SMH worm and the SMH jig head. This is 1/8 of an ounce. This is 6.5 inch, so worm wise. But actually, right here is where I caught that bass I posted on my short. You know, that came jumping out of the water. It was right here. I can probably turn the camera around. You guys will recognize it, but yeah, got through right up beneath this foliage here and hammered it. The log right here is where I had to stand up and get the fish over. You guys seen that video? This is where I caught it at. Yep, I'm usually in Illinois or Missouri fishing, so I'll definitely be down in Missouri a lot soon. When it heats up, I'll be down there in the cool river fishing for smallmouth and spotted bass. Of course, some days I end up catching all three species, largemouth, smallmouth, and spotted. But it is kind of a rare thing, unfortunately, but thinking Saturday, I'm gonna hit up a couple of creeks. I'm hit up that one creek you saw in my videos, and then go up to the next creek up the river and fish there as far back as I can go, so you can't pick up some spotted bass. And then that's probably Saturday, and Sunday I may travel a little farther and try to catch some smallmouth. Oh, I don't know what that was. That felt like I don't know. Anyway. Ever thought of getting a John boat? I tell you what, you buy me the live scope, I'll get the John boat. See, the thing with the John boat is I have to trailer it. I mean, I guess, I don't know, 10 foot might fit in my truck bed, but I just like to fish on. I don't know what this is. This is dogging me. This might be a bowfin. Is it a bowfin? Oh, it's a big bass. Oh, it's a giant bass. Don't you come off, girl. Don't you come off. Oh, Lord. Oh, come here, girl. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Let's go. That's a nice bass. I mean, just annihilated that. You can't even see that shaky head, can you? Just annihilated it. Whew, that was close. I mean, if it was, I couldn't go any closer. It just would have gone down any further. It would have been in his throat. That was lucky. That's some good luck there. Ooh. I mean, it's like on the precipice of his throat. Oh, I'm gonna have to weigh this one. This one might go 5. I don't know. Okay. 4 pounds? It's at least 4. Let's go and weigh. Wait, I don't have my scale with me, darn it. It's at least 4, like you said. If I caught one about the size last year, it was 5. So definitely 4 or 5. I'm not gonna overestimate, but definitely 4, if not around 5. So that's a nice bass though. Real nice bass. Doesn't have a pre-spawn belly like it's, or spawn belly, but it's definitely a nice bass. I mean, definitely choked that shaky head down. But yeah, I have to agree with that. I think around 5, maybe a little under, maybe a little over, but let's get her back in the water. So, tell you what though, that's, if not 5, it's almost 5. If it's not 5, your scale is off. 4 pounds. Yeah, that's like the 3rd one I've caught that size, and I weighed the one over there. It was like an ounce under 5. I caught one last year down there, and it was right over 5. So somewhere around 5 pounds would be a safe bet for that bass. All right, I think it's time to retie. Let's not tempt fate. So, definitely got to retie. Can't tell if that's slime or it's all messed up. All right, let's go and cut that much off. I'm probably gonna need to tie on a new leader before I go down the river this weekend. It's getting short on me. Actually, ooh. Yeah, I didn't bring my line with me either. Dang it. I really do need to retie the whole thing. Whew. Well, I don't have any other line, so I guess we'll retie it. I'll tell you what I could do though. I guess I could take some line off my baitcaster and tie that on. Let's do that. That might be an intelligent thing to do. Let me cut off this leader and I'll take some line off my baitcaster and tie a leader onto here. Okay, because this, and there's a real bad one way up here by the yeah. Okay. We're gonna tie on a new leader. That's just, okay. Let me get somewhere so I'll stop floating down the water so we don't. See, I can't get caught up on this tree here. Okay. This is probably gonna take me a few minutes. Oh, I see why it's doing that. Okay, let's go ahead and pull off some line off of here. All right. So we're going to tie an Alberto knot. So we're going to wrap it down 7 times and then wrap it back 7 times. Well, first we're going to go up through the, I lost count, up through the loop here. This should be about 7, one more. All right. When we're done, we'll put the braid back through the loop that we went up through. We'll go down through it at the end. And then we'll take all 4 ends and cinch it down. Like I said, this is just a quick fix for right now, until I can get home and tie on a different leader. But I'll show you guys the end result. It's a real narrow knot here, or it's a minimal knot, so it goes through your guide. It's a lot easier. Cut down the tag ends. Really, I make sure you cinch it down well. You don't want that to slip on a big bass. So, cut this braid and I'll show you guys the end result of the Alberto knot. I need to get some new braid shears. These aren't very sharp anymore. Alright, there we go. Okay. Oh. Then, today we're going to be running it off the baitcaster, but usually I run it off a spool. I just run enough to get it right above the reel here, and I let it, and then I take off enough to, really that's probably too much. All I really got to do is just have it last the rest of the day. So we'll just cut it up top here. There we go. That's 14-pound leader right now, so that ought to be good enough. I'm going to retie my frog on. So, get that ready to go for later on in the evening. So now we definitely got fresh line on the baitcaster. So I need to retie anyway the baitcaster. Let me show you if you guys want to see, I'll show you the Alberto knot, the final look of it. And a lot of guys like to tie the FG knot, but I've never had any problem with the Alberto knot, so it's super easy to tie. I gotta tie on that that worm. Where did I put that worm at? I probably sat on it. I did sit on it. At least it didn't go in my. At least it didn't snag my cheeks. Oh man, I'm a mess. Show you guys how I put my shaky head worm on. I Nice and calm. Makes sense. All right. So I'm just gonna show you how I rig up. It's not really any different than a Texas rig, but yeah, you just put it in there like you're gonna put on a Texas rig. But well, let me show you this barb. Here's a barb on here, right about here. You can see that barb. That's where the worm's gonna rest on. So put it on there like we do a Texas rig, but I'm gonna go a little bit deeper than usual. And then so put it through, and then push it up and let that worm recoil back onto the barb to hold it up onto the jig head. And instead of putting the hook all the way through and then, you know, putting the hook point back in, I'm just gonna put the hook point in the bottom there. So it can't feel the hook point, but there's enough, it's close enough to the top that you rip into it, it's gonna come through that top there. So instead of coming all the way through and laying that flat part on top of the worm and putting the point in, I'm leaving the hook point, you know, kind of 3/4 into the plastic, I guess. So like I said, that barb on here holds the hook or the worm onto the jig head, but letting it sit on the bottom, let that bulb on the tail come up and float. Being that it's made out of elastomer plastic, it will float up off the bottom. But oh yeah. Those barbs can be a bit annoying when you try. Yeah, especially, I mean, you gotta, like, especially with the stretchy elastomer stuff, you gotta like stretch it over the barb. But oh man, I'm my biggest fan when it comes to fishing and jokes, right? No. Anyway, let's get back out there. Put some more scent on here after I've been touching the worm. Hey, what's up, Manny? Let's get back out there. Oh, there's a fellow kayak coming up right now. Bear with me. No, not really. Usually I just, you know, last couple fish, I just kind of reel down, you know, and kind of lay into the hook, or lay into the hook set. So I'm not really, see, just bring it back in, it's already come back out. So this worm's pretty tore up at it. But yeah, I mean, this Z-Man bait's pretty supple, so it doesn't take a lot for the hook point to come through. So I'm not like out there like ripping into it like a jig hook set. I'm just kind of reeling up and setting into it, you know. My foot's pretty, well, it's not that wet, I guess, but I guess I can put my boots back on, I guess, since I'm in the shade now. We'll see if this kayaker just went by me, see if he's gonna jump me. I think he's jumping my spot, I think. He's got a rod in his kayak. I think he's gonna jump me. We'll see. Yep, that's exactly what he did. I personally would not do that to somebody. I wouldn't come up behind him, go around him, and get in front of him and start fishing on the same side that he's fishing on. Man. I mean, there's two sides of the water. He could have gone over there and fished, but whatever. He's also using a chatterbait though, so it's a little bit different, I guess. He's using a different bait, a different type of presentation, but if I come up fishing from behind to someone's on a certain part of the lake, I'll go on the opposite side. Especially if there's any bank fishermen, I'll avoid them altogether. I'll even avoid the whole entire bank that they're fishing on, so they can, so they have the whole bank to fish on. But anyway, I'll put my boots back on, I think. Put them on the right feet. These boots have seen better days. That's all right. I knew you were going to say that. Does an Evo stand for the Evo Chatterbait Edition? I think he heard me because he's going across the water. I don't know what he's doing. Go from one side to the other side to the other. It's almost like a challenge if somebody goes in front of me to fish, just to see if I can't catch fish after they leave the spot, It's happened too many times when, when someone will be in front of me and not catch anything, and then I'll go through and catch something. Or I've even had days in the river where boats will come flying by me, and I'll be in the water just, rocking back and forth from the waves, and then I'll, cast and catch a nice smallmouth or something right after the boat came through. So I'm trying to get too upset. I'll just turn my motor on and go down and get in front of him right now. I'm just kidding. Tell him I'll race him to the spot and turn my motor on. Hey, what's up, Midwest 44 Ants? Thanks for coming in. will say he's not fishing very thoroughly. He's making like 2 casts and leaving the spot. He's acting like he has a live scope or something on there. He's like paddling around the middle, like looks like he's trying to live scope or something. Okay. The old Mitsubishi. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I caught some, what did I catch that day? I caught some drum out there in the Mississippi. Some drum and had a gar on. That's not really my, I'm not really a big fan of the Mississippi, but just wanted to have a change of scenery that day, I guess. So I'll be going down to a different river probably this weekend. So same one I've been going to in my last few videos. So go down there and see about it. Fish on. All right. Just beating the bank underneath all these overhanging foliage. Little bass. Seems like they're either big or small in this water. No real in-betweeners. All right. Number whatever that was, 4 or 5 or something. I don't know. As long as we're catching them, number don't really matter. This ain't a tournament or nothing, so. Hey, what's up, Riker? Hope we catch a big catfish. I might catch a big catfish. We'll see. We'll see. You never know what you're gonna catch on a plastic worm, so. almost afraid to throw up in all this stuff. But you're not getting snagged, you're not trying. I mean my frog. I'll show you what that looks like real quick, Steve. This is what I got on my other rod. Little topwater frog. Really need to reline this bait caster. Maybe I'll do that tonight. We'll see. Watch me catch a bass on this topwater frog. I got it in my hand. Might as well throw it over there. Put it between these trees here. See, one blows up on it. That's the plan later on. There's a huge tree back there that I caught a couple nice bass on last time I was out here. I'm gonna throw this frog through there if I can later. Come on over that branch now. There we go. I think last time I threw this frog, I had a bowfin come up on it. I set the hook and I saw his belly come out of the water, and we didn't get it in his mouth. Shad guts, mucker mouth, greenback, ditch pickles. 15-pound catfish yesterday, that's awesome. I'm fishing for a largemouth bass. Yep. If you go back to my one video, I caught I don't know how big that catfish was I caught, but I was up in the creek and I was trying to catch some, spotted bass that don't get very big. So I had my ultralight rod on, make it a little bit more fun to catch them. And wouldn't you know, it hooked into a, I don't know, I guess it could have been a 6-pound catfish or something. I don't know, 4 to 6 pounds or something. I can't really estimate catfish as well as bass, but it was a nice catfish for fighting on an ultralight. Get up around this. Yeah, I'll be throwing that frog later, Steve. You're still on here. I don't guess this guy's gonna go through that pipe down there. I'll be going through that pipe. You know me. You know how I be. I ain't afraid of no pipe. Wait. Any culvert pipes, that is. For some of you guys have seen me go through that little bitty spider-infested pipe 2 months ago, whatever, how long it's been now. Squeeze myself and my kayak through that pipe. Just get yelled at by a couple of Karens. And that was a great day. All you can do is laugh. I never caught a spot, but would say a smallmouth. Oh, a smallmouth all day. Yeah, I mean, spotted bass, I mean, they pretty much look like a largemouth. I mean, unless you put it in the water, in some clear water, you can see like the spots on the back. But yeah, I mean, Kentucky spots around here, they don't get very big. You catch a 3-pounder, that's a big spot. But actually, they fight pretty hard. I mean, not hard as a smallmouth, but they fight hard. I remember fishing the bluff wall last year on the river and hooked into what I thought was a big fish. Ended up being like a 2.5-pound smallmouth. They fought they fought hard, but yeah, I saw that it's been pretty hot down there in Florida recently. So. You definitely have to fish in the morning or in the evening, I guess, huh? Or even night fish. I would say the bigger spotted bass definitely put up a fight, but I'd rather catch a smallmouth all day. I mean, when I get a good smallmouth on, I gotta pull my motor up out the water. I've had a couple just dog me underneath my kayak and try to wrap me around my prop. So, and not to mention smallmouth will jump so far out of the water, they'll be eye level with me, you know. They'll jump out of the water like way up in the air, come back down and just start pulling me underneath my kayak. I mean, they fight super hard. So, oh, fish on, instant strike. Oh, that was a nice jump. I wish I had the camera turned around. Oh man, this might be man, he's not really fighting hard, but it feels like a 3-pounder. Ooh. Oh, now I can feel the weight. I was keeping up with it running back to me. Oh man, let's go. Let's go. Oh, another jump. Get my money's worth on this bass. Let's go. That's a nice bass. That's a nice one. All right. Shaking them up today, boys. Shaking them up. Let's go. This guy in the kayak's coming down here. He's probably gonna see me hold this fish up. Let's go. Nice bass. Nice specimen. What a beaut. That's a beaut. All right, let's get back in the water. See you later, buddy. Good thing I tied a new leader on. That might have broke off. Worms twisted 3 ways to Sunday. There we go. Where are you? I'm in Illinois. I'm on just a small lake. It kind of fishes like a river because it's so narrow. You know, it's real long and real narrow until you get to the other side. Then it kind of opens up on the other side of the lake. But chunk, yes sir. Chippewa River here, and Smalley's puking up like, oh man. I like hearing that. I need to make it up north, I guess, sometime soon, or maybe in the fall or something. Go up there and fish with Evo in Wisconsin, and cross over and fish with Chaos over there in Minnesota. Catch some smallmouth and pike, whatever else I can get my hands on. Yellow perch, maybe some lake trout. Let's see. Now I'm in the weeds. Well, I keep saying I'm really thinking about going down to Georgia. I need to make sure it's not going to be hotter than Hoochie Coochie down there. go down yonder on the Chattahoochee. I gotta make sure that it's not gonna be hotter than the Hoochie Cooch. We laid rubber on Georgia asphalt. We never got caught. Let's keep on trucking. Using choppers. We always went the last weekend in July. It was awesome. Biggest muskie I got. Done. What's up, race car man? Oh, heck. Might have to. Maybe the next rainy day I'll sit down and plan out a couple trips or something. I don't know. Trip up north and a trip down to Georgia and Alabama maybe. Catch all 10 species. If I catch 10 species in 10 days, that'd be fun. Never caught a smallmouth. Oh yeah, I mean they're real acrobatic. They fight super hard, they jump out of the water, and they're pretty. That beautiful bronze coloration. Do love a good float. Came right off. That was a fish net. This is a snag. That's fine. Come on there. Come on there. Let's go. Matter of fact, I think I forgot to tighten my drag back down last fish. That's something. Bluegill or something. Fish on. Fish on. Talking me, boys. Talking me. That guy can hear me, but he can't see me. Let's go. Beautiful. Feisty. Get that rod. This guy. Rabbits. It's still late spring. Oh yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, man, the Memorial Day weekend was real cool. It was like only in the 60s, but it's gonna be back up in the 80s this weekend and right around 90 next week. So summer's starting to show up. Be busting out the pasty legs soon enough. So that's right on the tree. Do that. Stand by. That's probably the best thing about this kayak. I can stand up and get my lure out of the tree. Worm's gonna work out today, I tell you what. No one lure sling here. Oh, okay. Chip is more sand and wood. Flame is more rock. You keep that near. No, William. I'm dragging it right across the bottom. I'm kind of just throwing it out there. Sometimes they're biting it right off the bat, but otherwise I'm letting it sit on the bottom. I'll show you what it's probably doing on the bottom here in a second. Let me show you. Let me get this line off here. So I'm just throwing it out there and let it fall to the bottom. Let it sitting on the bottom, let that tail come up off the bottom, shaking a little bit. But I'm just kind of dead sticking it, letting the tail stand up and trying to entice a bite. But sometimes they're biting right off the bat as soon as it touches the water. stick bass. Yeah, I try and catch a squirrel bass and I end up catching a stick bass. Just my luck. Where's that joker at? You go. It's funny, I was up in those trees and I caught that last bass making a ruckus. And I know that guy could hear me and they're catching them. And we're back to mono this year. Oh yeah, I mean for the price of fluorocarbon, it's almost not even worth it, you know, unless you're sponsored or something. But I mean, I've got some spools of fluorocarbon I bought for cheap or on sale. But usually if I use fluorocarbon, it's just a leader on my spinning rod. But otherwise, I just buy the jumbo spool from Bass Pro Shop, you know, like 14-pound mono. So it usually gets the job done. I got 17-pound monofilament too if I'm fishing somewhere heavy or something, but heavy cover and all that. But usually I just stick to 14-pound mono on my bait casters. And I've got some 15-pound fluorocarbon I've got, but I never use. Hey, what's up, Falling Ghosts? No more braid. You don't use braid anymore, Steve? Or are you talking about me? I don't use, like I said earlier, I don't use braid a whole lot. Now my spinning reels, I'll use like 10-pound or 15-pound braid. And that seems to last me a long time. And then that's when I'll put that liter of fluorocarbon on. That as goes with my bait casters. Yeah, I've got some heavy, like 50, 65-pound braid I don't ever use. If I'm fishing for like snakehead or something, I'll put like a little small leader on my topwater frog, so the snakeheads can't bite through it as easily. I thought about putting braid on my bait casters too. Putting some braid on there and doing a leader, but I don't know about that. Grab my charger real quick. I'll go to the pipe. There we go. Okay. Contact. Now we're charging. Hope I just noticed somebody's lines out in the water. Let me go around it. People on the bank like to tight line, I guess. Always try to be on the lookout for the line, one right there. So we'll before we go around it. Weird. It's really nice out here now. I love braid, but I fish a lot of rivers. I got you. I catch other people's lures. I saw recently somebody, I think they were up north in a river, and they would dive on the bottom of the river and they'd come up with just a ton of different lures, a lot of Rapala baits. But braids, you know, like I said, I go braid to fluorocarbon, and it's pretty sensitive, and especially fishing the river I fish in, the river's pretty clear, so I like to, I'll drop down like 8-pound fluorocarbon in there, you know, 5-6 liter fluoro. I got a really good deal on, you know, some Daiwa Samurai braid, or Samurai fluorocarbon. So some of the stuff gets super expensive, like the Tatsu fluorocarbon. The fluorocarbon is supposed to sink faster, and mono is supposed to float. That's why guys still use mono for like topwater plugs. But it's supposed to be virtually invisible in the water. But I mean, if you're fishing like what I'm fishing today, I mean, I feel like, you know, visibility matters, but the water would have to be clear, like pretty clear, and your bait would have to be sitting still long enough for the fish to get a good look at it. You know, if your bait's moving, the water's pretty stained. I don't know how much, you know, visibility matters. I mean, mono is, I never had any problem with monofilament, so. Not to mention, a fluorocarbon doesn't really behave on a spinning reel, especially. How's it going? Let's hang outside. Oh, nice. It's going pretty good. I don't know what's the last fish you caught or saw, but we've been catching them pretty good. I go braided fluoro too. Yes, sir. Cody does Florida. Florida resist teeth better too. It's a guy from Wisconsin. Yeah, was picking. Okay, yeah. So you know what I'm talking about then. Yeah. Birds be chirping. I read something recently that's saying that, you know, if you're outside listening to the birds chirp, it's supposed to lower your heart rate and stuff too. It's supposed to be soothing. I guess that's true. Sometimes I just like peace and quiet though, you know. Don't listen to no dang birds chirping. 30-something inches, right? Saw the pike in the boat. Oh, are you talking to Chaos? Let's go. I don't remember catching a pike. Oh, nice, nice. Snag a tree. Would you guys be interested in me going down to Georgia and catching like 10 different species of bass? So I'd definitely do it if you guys are interested in watching. Get a few shekels together. And the divers guy, nice. I'm hooked on fishing lines. Is that pun intended or no pun intended? Hooked on fishing lives. Come to Florida and get on some. Oh man, I've caught some peacocks down there. I love it, man. My biggest peacock, I sight fished that thing for 3 days. I was fishing at a sandpit lake down there in the Pompano Deerfield area, and man, I couldn't get the peacock to bite. It was like a 5-pound peacock, 4 or 5 pounds. I couldn't get it to bite, and so I switched over to a little bitty bait, you know, try and catch some Mayan cichlids. And luck would have it, the peacock came over and grabbed my little bitty bait and broke me off, but I eventually got a hold of it, so boy, are they fun to catch. Heck yeah, man, I'd love to come down and catch some more peacocks. For sure. Is it? Well, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I think if I had to catch one fish the rest of my life, it'd probably be peacock bass. Peacock or smallmouth. That was a nice skip. Like 5 miles west of, okay. Yeah. Do you know where to catch some jaguar at? Some of those, they basically look like an exotic crappie, right? They're called jaguar boats or poboti or something. You probably know what I'm talking about, Cody. I'm trying to find a place to catch one of those at. Those jaguars. Oh yeah. What's up, Steven? I believe they are cichlid. Peacock bass with cichlid. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. You got the Mayan cichlid down there, which is real pretty, like pink-billed fish and fight hard. And you got the Midas cichlid, which is like a big goldfish. Peacock bass are cichlids. So I would imagine that the jaguar is also a cichlid. Okay. Oh yeah. There's a Bass Pro Shop at Griffin Road too, huh? I've been to that Bass Pro Shop on Griffin Road. Right there by the IGFA. And got the little water park right there too by the Bass Pro Shop. Oh yeah, Oscar are fun to catch as well, yeah. I gotta go eat dinner. All right, man. I'll talk to you later, Chaos. Thanks for coming in. If I don't see you on this live, I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy whatever you're gonna partake in. Enjoy your dinner. I gotta figure that out myself too. That was a log. Catch on the flip-flop later. Time is anyway 6 o'clock. That's where I grew up. That's awesome, Steve. I need to get back down to Florida. Wait for that tsunami to come first, right? No, I'm just kidding. I hope not. I got a few spots over by you. We'll have to all meet up and catch some peacock bass one of these days. I'm going to eat with Chaos. Good luck, brother. All right, thanks, Evo. Thanks for coming in. Let's do it. Just gotta figure out when, I guess. Like I said, I'm gonna look into going down to Georgia, maybe traipsing around Georgia for maybe for a week and a half or something. We'll see. Because they have that they got that slam down there I want to do. Yeah, like 10 different species of bass down there. You got the largemouth, the smallmouth, spotted, which like the Alabama spot, Swanee bass, shoal bass, and like 5 red eye species. You know, the Chattahoochee, the Tallapoosa, the Coosa, Bartrams, and Altamaha. When I was down in Florida back in the winter, I bought a year-long license, so I'd like to use my license up again before the end of the year. Hey, P, what category do you go? The world's best garlic carb with the rustic in. Love rustic. OAP %. P for precedence. I can't get. What category? I'm not sure. I'll have to look. It might be the sports category. I think I hadn't realized that there was a category until recently. And I think I've been putting them in the sports category. Well, that was a little fish. And thanks for the sub, Cody. Appreciate that. Oh, Happy Pappy. Happy Pappy, serving up the crappie. Or I guess the specs. All right, see, we're about 2 hours in now. Yeah, right at 2 hours. So we're gonna go through this pipe, I guess. At least fish down the one side there. And truth be told, I've been trying to move to Florida the last couple of years. I need to find me a job down there or something. Move on down to Florida. Find me a place to stay. That's the hardest part, I guess. Trying to find a place to stay in Florida. old drive-through liquor store. Everglades is the best. Let's get a little bit closer to this pipe. Let's get right next to the pipe here. I bet there's one bass in this pipe. Usually there's one bass hanging out right inside this pipe here. Let's see. It's all dried up. Get a smallmouth for me. I'll try to get a smallmouth this weekend. I'm out in the smallmouth area right now. What's in your current area to catch? I guess it depends how far I want to drive. Usually it's just the basic stuff. This lake has bowfin in it, or dogfish, whatever you want to call it. But there's bowfin in here, gar, freshwater drum, bluegill, crappie, bass, catfish, largemouth bass. But there's a lake about, well, there's two places I can go and catch a muskie if I want to try. What the world is that? I think the bluegill had a hold of my worm. But there's some days on the river I can catch all three species of bass, largemouth, smallmouth, and spotted. So I think Saturday I'm gonna go back to the area I've been fishing and try to catch some spotted bass on the bed. And then Sunday or next week, I'll go down farther into smallmouth country and try to catch a nice smallmouth. Or I don't know, I might have been a fish. Try to get it into this pipe. Like I said, usually there's some kind of bass up in this pipe here. Mudfish. Yeah. They probably have a few different names depending on where you're at in the world or in the country. I think shorter rod fishing here. Alright. This will okay. Just float through here, I guess. Just putt through here, I guess, real quick so we can get out the other side. Boom, 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 boom. Usually I catch, every once in a while I catch a drum over here on this side of the water. There's gar over here too. I guess it's somewhat shallow right there. his fishing line. Because of course I did. Get off of there. Yes. I wish I was cool. Let's go over to the bank. Let's head over to the bank and see if we can't deposit or withdraw a couple bass. We can't withdraw a couple bass from the bank. Someone's fishing line. Here's somebody's lizard that they lost, looks like. Probably pull this line out as far as we can. Alrighty. So I caught someone's lizard. Ta-da! It's like a nice tungsten weight too. Let's go. I don't know if it's tungsten or not. Looks like they tried to pin it in there with a toothpick or something. Oh, and almost lost the weight. Alright, I'll take that all day. Clean up the water a little bit. The lizard's some kind of crab, so it looks good. lizard's trash. Alright. Got that stick bass. Let's go. I caught one bass about 5 pounds or so. Not too bad. Oh, all right, Cody, thanks for coming in. I'm in the Midwest. Sorry I missed that. At least I'm just gonna fish up this bank and around the bend here, and then go from there, I guess. Head on back out. Oh, I see. That's a size. No wonder I can't get my bait back. Darn fishing line on it. I mostly fish for different types of bass. My favorite ones to target is largemouth bass, smallmouth bass. Sometimes I like to mix it up, catch other species, but tricks works more today than it ever has. Popping a line like that. See if I have better luck over here than the last time I was out here. In the water. I'm back. Did I miss any fish? No fish. I don't think you missed anything. How are the diapers? This side usually, I usually do pretty good on this side, but the last time I fished over here on this side of the water, on this bank, I didn't catch anything, and I'm kind of having the same luck right now. So, but I said we're gonna finish down this bank, come around up to this point, and fish that short bank right there. And then I'm gonna go back through with the pipe and throw a topwater. Let's see what happens. The water's just dropped so much that they're out a little bit deeper than when I'm fishing. Could be. Usually they're all around these rocks. It smells good over here though. Very floral. Stick. And I think sometimes sticks bite back. One of them. They do be doing that. They do be pooping out the top like that. Just blowing out. Squirrel? Squirrel. I hate when that happens. Steve knows from experience. That's good. I know Steve's actually pooped his pants himself, or he's talking about his kid, but I think we all experienced that, unfortunately, one time or another. That's why you never trust a fart. We all trusted a fart one too many times and it got burned. That's a shark. Yeah. It's always like playing roulette when I drink coffee. Sometimes it doesn't do anything, and sometimes, well, sometimes I gotta throw away my underwear. Come on now. My PB bass, PB largemouth is 8 pounds. My personal best spotted bass is probably about 2.5, 3 pounds. My personal best smallmouth is like, I don't know, somewhere between 3 and 4 pounds. So, just depends on what species you're talking about. Is that a turtle or is that a fish? I like that. Saw some action over there on the vlog, but I think it was a turtle. Yeah, thank you. Well, like any bass fisherman, I'm always out for that double digit. I'd love to catch about a 4-pound spotted bass, like a 7-pound smallmouth, and an 11-pound largemouth if I can help it, but might be a pipe dream. Sorry I'm late. You're just in time. Thanks for coming in. Did a pretty good job so far. On the opposite side anyway. We caught some bass. Caught one about probably around 5 pounds if we would have put it on the scale, but somewhere around 5 anyway. Oh no. Hang on, guys. Darn tree branch. I'm lucky it didn't go in the water. I usually have my phone tethered off, but that's up here. Show you this guy right here. This is what I attach my phone to. Thank you. Turn the camera around for a second, guys. Try to lock this phone in a little bit better. Oh, there it goes. Work our way through this jungle. Okay. Welcome to the jungle. It's almost topwater frog 30. I got the camera facing this way. Let me put on a frog. I'm gonna throw my topwater frog, see what happens. So I got the camera angle like this. You can see the blow up maybe. I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Joe? Alright, topwater frog in the water. See what happens. See if you can't get a decent blow up on it. Next time I may just stay on the opposite side of the water. I haven't had much luck lately over here on the shaky head worm. Right through that tree. Oh, what was that? I don't know if that was a gar or what that was. You guys see that? Came firing out of them rocks. I think that was a gar. Chaos is back. Let's go. Go ahead and put a little sauce on here real quick. See that entice a little better. bass here. You guys see that strike? I don't know what it was. It wasn't very big. I'm trying to keep the kayak so you guys can see the strike if I get one, but got a couple strikes on it, but I don't. Either one were bass, I don't think. First one I think was a gar. Come on, Big Mama, where you at? You still at it, brother? You had any luck? I'm not sure what was the last thing you saw, but we caught quite a few bass today. One being somewhere between 4 and 5 pounds. That's right, Jada. Paddle your kayak. About time to go back to the pipe, I guess. Go ahead and head back to the other side of the water and try this frog over there. So, as soon as I get the frog back, kind of up on a tree, a piece of wood here. Turn back around for right now. We got my motor back up to the pipe. We'll try this frog on the way back out. Go and put the hammer down and on the motor and head back to the pipe. Try the other side again where the ant told me. Let's see how fast. Throw a week, I go all the way, you know, full power, full battery, I can throw a weight. It's not too fast. It's not slow either. Folks, we're gonna motor back up to that pipe and Let's go. Good old Dollar General, that's right. That's right. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and motor. Let's go up, motor up past this guy. I'm fishing on the bank, so I'm getting hit, so I'll mess up his fishing. Oh, there goes a carp. We'll start over here and then to these rocks. Start throwing frog. For now, he gets off the rocks. I get past him and the guy leaves. I like to fish those rocks, but I definitely want to fish that. There's like a whole tree that fell in the water over there. I caught a couple nice bass on last time I was out here. So, I'm not too far to go, but we'll fish down this side with the frog and see if we can't drum up. I didn't have a lot of luck last time on this frog, on this side, but we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. The old gas-powered bicycle. That's right. Let's keep this motor on low and throw this frog back. Guess we'll fish down this bank until I see that tree come up, and then I'll go over that big old tree and toss this frog, you know, through the branches the best I can, and you know, a few different angles. See if we can't get a good sized bass to blow up on this frog. But heck, I may catch a bowfin or a gar on this too. We'll see about it. I can see that tree now. I'll fish right here around this dock, and then I'll go towards that tree. See if we can't catch something. All right, let's go by that tree. Birds be chirping. It's definitely cooling off now out here, so it feels nice. Went from darn near sweating to all cool. A little bit faster, let's get down there. What's up, Gavin? Thanks for coming in. This is where we started on this side of the water earlier. They picking up poop. The poop looping. Sorry, duck. All these ducks. Yeah, they're dead. Fish. Maybe ducks can't see me or something. I get right on top of them and they fly away. They must be used to all the humans. What we got here? I would know because I ate it. Later, dude. About to pass out. All right, Steve's coming in. I'll see you in the next one, Steve. Nothing on the frog. I think I got a couple bites. I think one was a gar and one was a smaller fish. But I haven't had any good blow-ups on it, so maybe that'll change to get down to this tree over here. But maybe not though, because it sounds like there's people over here. I don't like to get anybody on the camera, so. But we'll see. A big old tree next to me right here may house some fish. Yeah. Right on the tree. Oh, right on the tree. Well, don't catch the people. I think it's more about I don't want to get any kids or anything on the camera. I don't care if, you know, people get on the camera or whatever, but I just don't want to have any anybody younger on the camera. I think there'd be a bass in this little pocket right here. Keep on trucking. I think we're creeping up on 3.5 hours, so it's not bad. Let's get over here. Here, kids. This tree would be at by someone's backyard that has a lot of kids. Double tap that screen, yes sir. Just have to face the camera at me, I guess. I'll be able to fish over there. We'll get the camera angle right so we can fish this tree. Show you guys a tree.
Yeah, you can take, if you just take, ice tray, you can take popsicle, you can take popsicle, tray, in the freezer, when you go to popsicle. Come on. Come on, let's go, come on. Fireball. Bring, get your sisters. You ready? Honey, it's time to go.
caught the bass. I caught him on the backside. I don't know if I'll get bit inside here or not. Oh, that was a bite. Darn it. Let's try to get on the backside here. There's probably a ton of crappie in this tree. Be a heck of a fight to get through all this, but we're gonna try. Oh, that's gonna be a snag. I hope not.
Right there. Back. Nope. Nope. They're not coming all the way down.
All right. Couple more casts. Yeah, that was probably good. On a real shoot, that was a bad cast. Hey, what's up, Rain? Oh, that was like a hammer. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and head on out. Ooh, excuse me. Well, let's see if we can't get a few more likes on here before I have to get off of here. So I'm about to break my record. We'll fish a little bit longer. See if we can't get a few more likes on the whole video. Fish over here on this dock. Let's make a few casts over here and see what happens. There's a nice blow up on a frog. Under the, yeah, I'm gonna cast under that dock. You best believe. Double tap that screen, everybody. Let's get a few more likes. We're up to end the live. Just gonna turn the camera around. We'll fish a little bit longer here. We're almost done. Tree branch. $104. Let's see if we can't get a few more likes for a hop off here. Maybe like 105 or something, huh? For a hop off. Two more casts, dude. It'd be great if I caught one right at the end. Alright, tell you what. Last cast bass. Can't catch one around all those down trees. Alright. $105, let's go. Alright guys, I think we're ready to hop off the live. So we've been going for 183, so almost 4 hours, like 3 hours and 40 minutes or so, something like that, but that's good. I just want to say thanks for coming in. If you're still tuning in from the get-go, thanks for staying in there, and I just want to say thanks to all the new subs, all the returning subs and viewers. It's supposed to rain the next few days, but I'll be back on here sometime the next few days. If not, I'll be taking my camera out on the river this weekend to film some stuff. So look for that on my channel. I'll probably take some footage on Saturday and then try to upload it. Maybe I'll do it Saturday and Sunday and try throw a couple videos up next week. So, but I'm gonna try to do a live stream every so often. I'm thinking like 2 to 4 times a week. I was doing it every day, but I'm kind of switching over to making more videos. So I'm gonna be on here at least a few times a week, probably. That's the goal anyway. So I'm usually on anywhere between 3 and 4 o'clock. I'm on live. So whatever that may be, wherever you're from in the world. But anyway, I just want to say thanks again for coming in. I really appreciate all the likes and the comments and the questions and just all the love and support. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.